Okay, the number one question you need to ask yourself if you're looking to become a personal trainer is, do you love working out or do you love helping people? Because they're two very different things. If you love working out, which most personal trainers get in this industry, they love working out. They love just, being in the gym or doing home workouts or outdoor workouts, and they've made a massive transformation. But does that mean you're going to be a very successful personal trainer? Because a very successful personal trainer is actually someone who loves helping other people. So I'm going to break down in this video the number one thing that you need to do to be a very successful personal trainer. If you're thinking about being a personal trainer in this industry, I'm going to share with you some of the industry secrets and some things that you may not be aware of when becoming a personal trainer. So my story is, when I was a personal trainer, I first became a personal trainer because I got a very, very rewarding experience transforming my body. I was a little bit overweight and I basically shed body fat, and I made a great experience. And I'm like, hey, I can teach that and help other people do the exact same because I know I was struggling. And so my passion to enter in this industry came from actually wanting to help other people. And that's the really important thing that you need to decide right now. If you're passionate and you want to help other people, you're going to succeed. But I'm going to break down for you in this video how you can succeed as a personal trainer. So let me take a step back. So when I first got my first personal training job, it was in a big box gym. And what they don't tell you in his big box gyms is that a personal training job is really a glorified sales job. You see, the big box gyms, they make their money is through personal training. And the only way they're going to make money is by having you sell personal training. And if you can't sell personal training and you don't align with their vision and hit their sales targets, which is a big wake-up call for a lot of new personal trainers entering this industry, then you may not be in the right profession. And you may not like that. You may not be a trainer that wants to sit there in meetings and have this pressure to hit all these sales quotas, and then you feel like a failure if you don't. And so it is a glorified sales job. Most gyms are going to spend their time training you how to close sales, not teaching you how to become a better functional trainer or improve mobility or biomechanics. Some gyms will, but for the most part, they're going to invest in selling and helping you close more sales for them. So understand that. Now, the other thing when you are working for big box gyms is they're going to want to have you walk the floor. So you need to be comfortable going up to different members. And I used to hate this when I worked in the big box gyms. They would make us go around the floor and approach members and have 5 conversations per hour that you're on the floor. And so you basically have to just go around and ask people, hey, how's your workout going? And try to get them into personal training. I personally hated that. If people want personal training, they would approach us. And so that's another thing that you need to understand, that most big box gyms are going to want you to go around and have conversations. Now, there were a lot of lawsuits that happened, just research lawsuits. I'm not sure if they happened in the US. I'm pretty sure they did there as well. But in Canada, there were lawsuits that happened for big box gyms not paying these personal trainers to walk around the floor because they were only getting paid when they did personal training clients. So oftentimes you're not getting paid. Now, there was some lawsuits and I think things have been settled, so you probably are getting paid now, but probably close to very minimum wage at best when you're just walking around the floor. You'll probably get a bit of an increase when you're actually training personal training clients. So that's my experience in the big box gyms. Now, I used to walk around the floor and not get paid. Now, I'm not discrediting, any of the big box gyms because quite frankly, it's actually where I learned how to become a better sales closer. It's actually where I learned how to just perfect my craft. But at the end of the day, and I've told this story many times, is I was actually struggling financially. And so in my big box gym jobs, and I had several of them because I could not make ends meet with just one job. So I had several jobs and I had a ton of clients. I actually had a full client roster, but I could not make ends meet, meaning I was struggling to pay rent. I was struggling financially. I was struggling to do and have the finer points in life and have the freedom and flexibility to have a personal training business, and more so have a business that allowed me freedom to actually get back to my own workouts, my own health. Because the gyms will pay you a fraction of the cost. Most of the big box gyms will only probably pay you between 10 and 20% of the actual sale. And so it's very hard to make a living. And you'll be in there day and night. And while it may be good when you're a 20-year-old trainer or you're just entering in the industry, and maybe not, there's a far better way, and I'm going to share the strategies with you in this video because I don't necessarily want personal trainers to struggle when they don't have to. So the far better way, in my opinion, and it's what helped me have the freedom, the flexibility to buy several homes, to have vacations, to spend time with my family, and that is running your own PT business, and particularly running your own in-home PT business. And now with COVID, PT and in-home training is definitely on the rise. People need us more than ever. They are scared to go back to the gyms, and the clients, quite frankly, that are heading back to the gyms are usually your 20 to 30-year-olds that probably are not going to buy training. I'm not saying not all of them are going to buy training, but they're mostly your bodybuilding types or really fitness enthusiasts that don't really need a personal trainer. So those sweet middle-aged ladies, parents, elderly clients that need the help, that need the motivation, that want someone to help them are not necessarily running back to the gym. They are searching for alternative options, and in-home personal training is the option in which I was able to scale and build a massively profitable business. And it's how I want to teach you, and what I teach all of our trainers, that through discipline and structure and proper lead generation strategies, you can build a very lucrative business. So if you are a personal trainer and you are thinking about going down into the gym route and you want to be a personal trainer in a gym, just remember my story. There are some benefits, do not get me wrong, but there also are some very, very big drawbacks. And number one reason is you have to be passionate about helping your clients. And if you're not passionate about helping your clients, I think that's going to be a big drawback. But also you have to be willing to sacrifice a little bit of pay. And you may be fine with that. But if you want something bigger and you know you're destined for something bigger, then you need the systems and structure in place. So what are the systems that I teach for in-home personal training? Because I think this is very important for any personal trainer that is either entering the industry or maybe you're considering entering the industry. Well, with in-home personal training, it's all again about the connections. You need to want to help people. So the first thing that we do is actually just create a really good experience for our in-home training clients. And so that's great. So great, Mike, we've got in-home training clients. I'm great at making connections. Well, yes, maybe you are, but there are certain protocols that we follow, certain things that work really well. So we don't just come into a home and just give somebody a workout. I mean, that would be your base level trainer doing that. But when we go into the home, we actually take blood pressure, resting heart rate. We do a full assessment. So we test mobility, range of motion, and we have these systems in place to wow somebody, to say, wow, this is an amazing experience. These guys are testing my blood pressure, my body fat percentage, my resting heart rate, or they're taking me through a full assessment, and that's how you're going to create a wow experience and have more people come into your world and actually get more referrals. So remember that. A lot of trainers will probably go into a home and just scribble and write something on paper. We do not do that as well. Absolutely not. We actually create a customized program that has photo and video so the client can do these things when they are not with us. And then you may think that we just stop there. Hey, that's great. We actually do more, so there's multiple touch points built into the system. And with multiple touch points, we can actually connect with a current client. So let's say you're training a client twice a week on Monday and Wednesday. Well, what happens on Friday? What happens on Sunday? What happens on Saturday? What happens the rest of the week? Well, you connect with your clients again, and you just reach out, and maybe you send a fitness tip of the week or a recipe of the week, or you use one of our emails that we automatically deploy, or an accountability email where you check in with your clients every single week to make sure they're moving forward and they don't sabotage all the progress that they've made on the weekend when they've been training with you all week, and then suddenly the weekend comes and they fall off the rails. So the multiple touch points built into your business, again, is going to help with longevity of clients. It's also going to get you more renewals. And these are some of the systems that I teach our personal trainers when they're entering into our in-home personal training world. Now, there are more systems. Now, you may be wondering, okay, how do I get leads? Like, what are the best way to get leads for my business? Everybody wants leads. And it doesn't matter what business you're in, whether you are selling insurance, cars, newspaper, I don't care what business you're in. You're a personal trainer, you're always looking for leads. And every business generally is looking for leads. It's how we survive. And with the internet and social media, and you may think that The best way for me to get leads right now is to post on the internet, because that's what everybody's doing, and to post on social media and post on my IG account. While true, that may be a very, very good source for lead generation, it's not the only source. But with a system in place and with a direct messaging sequence in place and the right calls to action in place and consistency, then yes, now you have a social media channel that can bring you in leads. And that's just one way to do it. Is it the best way? I don't know. Possibly. I personally love being found on the web. See, a social media channel, a social media video, while it may be very good right now in this moment, it's usually gone forever. Unless someone's like scrolling your feed. And most people, do you really scroll someone's feed and go back in their social media history from like a year ago? No. Okay, so what about YouTube as another marketing strategy in your business? You see, unlike social media, YouTube actually gains views over time. So exponentially your views will grow. I have used YouTube to land high ticket packages and clients, and there are videos that are a year old, but people will see them and they will contact us, and then we begin a conversation about personal training. So there's another lead generation strategy. So don't just think because everyone posts on social media that you need to be posting on social media. Find out what works for you. Find out what makes your heart sing, as my good friend Joe Arco says. Find out what makes your heart sing. Like, what is it that you are passionate about to teach? And what channel do you want to use, and what channel do you want to go all in on? Because the channel that you go all in on is the channel that you are going to go in with singularity of focus. Because listen, as a new personal trainer, as someone who is running a business, I know that many trainers get pulled in different directions. And as my job as their coach and their CEO is to actually narrow it down with singularity of focus. If you think that a social media and YouTube and a Facebook group and newspaper ads and designing a website, yes, they're all great, but let's focus on one with singularity focus until you hit 6 figures. And that's going to be your lead generation strategy. So it's all about structure, it's all about discipline, and it's all about having the right systems in place to be a very successful personal trainer. One where you can have the freedom, the time to get back your own workouts. Because when you're a busy personal trainer and you're working day and night, do you really have the freedom and flexibility to do the things you love? No, you just have a job, or it may be a high-paying job, but you just really have a job. So one of the ways to scale your business is actually to delegate, automate, and eliminate. And when you focus on those 3 words, delegate, automate, and eliminate, and replace yourself in your business, then you truly have a business. Okay, I'm going to leave you with one final thought. And that is, do you have a business? If you can step away for 2 weeks and have income coming in. If you answered yes, congratulations, you do have a business. But if you answered no, then quite frankly, you just have a paying job. And so you want to remember, automate, eliminate, delegate. Look for systems that you can implement in your business that allow you to have the freedom to take 2, 3, 4 weeks off and still have income coming in. And those are the systems I teach. So if you are interested in becoming an in-home personal trainer or an online personal trainer, we are seeing a boom across North America and have very limited positions to join our team. We also have an in-home trainers instructor course that you can take as well. So drop me a comment below. Would love to hear back from you, and congrats on starting a business or running a business and getting to the end of this video. I appreciate all of you. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you next time.